Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nashakina Megda Anwar. My number is HFT20103. Today I will explain you about chapter 7, which is communication. I will talk about communication because communication plays a big role in every organization. You know that? Let's go. Let's begin. Okay, now have a three topic I want to talk about, which is first, number one, which is communication. Number two, type of communication. Number three, characteristic of successful communication. So, let's watch it. Communication process have 8 points, which is number one, sender. Number two, encoding. 3, message. 4, channel. 5, receiver. 6, decoding. 7, feedback. And last but not least, noise. Okay, I want to ask you guys what the communication. Communication is process. You know, process is involves several steps, which is to ensure that the message is delivered and understood very clear. Okay, that's what the main communication process. Let's begin with the sender. Sender is who create the message. You know, like message who takes it to who by who, but then the message is sent through to channel, like speaking, writing, texting. The receiver gets the message and decodes it, which is a mean they try to understand it. After that, receiver may give feedback to show whether they understood the message or not. Along the way, there may be very noise, or interpretation that affect the message, like a bad internet, like duration, or unclear language. That's about the communication process. So, I want to guide you guys to understand what about the communication. Okay, communication is like learn. We understand how communication works by recognizing each step in the process and how messages are sent, retrieved, and interpreted. So, at the end of this lesson, we'll be able to explain the step every single communication that you just got it. So, I hope you understand what about communication, process communication. Okay, for next point, we have a type of communication. You know, we have two type of communication, which is verbal and also non-verbal. Have two difference. So, as you guys can see the notes up there, I want to say that this part I will explain about first. I will explain about verbal communication. Verbal communication is when we use spoke word or perhaps to share information. It often happens in real time, every time or sometimes, like during a meeting or phone call. But it can also be asynchronous, like asynchronous, like voice message. We also use verbal intonation, which is the tone or emphasis we give the when speaking. It helps show emotions or meaning. In the workplace, many companies use an intranet, which is a private internet network where employee can communicate verbally and digitally. So for next point, which is you can see guys, non-verbal communication. Communication is when we send message without speaking or writing. This include body language. Body language, which is like facial expression, like mad, like happy, like smile, like charming. Eyes contact also is gonna be part, and even the way we sit or stand can send a message too. Lastly, while the communication involves text, such as email, report or letters, is important for keeping recording and sharing detailed information clearly. So for this part, and also we can learning outcome. For the listen, student will able to identify and explain the difference between verbal and non-verbal communication and give example each in workplace setting. Communication is very important in someone's life. That's why we should communication every time. It's okay if not every time, but if communication is the key and it's the life what we do. Okay, for part 3 is characteristic of successful communications. What make communication successful? They have 4 important characteristics, which is first one is gonna be clarity. Clarity is the message must be easy to understand. The second is consistency. Consistentness is a bit short, but is to be direct, and also it's not unnecessary word. For the third is consistency. Consistency is must be the message should be steady and not confusing. And last but not least is number 4, audience consideration. Audience consideration is must be always think about who are you talking to. Use language and tone that match your audience. Like I'm talking to you like nice tone, like different tone, like hi. For example, hi, nice to meet you. You look so stunning. That's word, but this tone is very nice. And also difference. I hope this chapter you will understand what I'm gonna talking and what I'm gonna discuss. Why this chapter 7 is very important about communications. And also for the I want to say in conclusion for this chapter is for effective communication is not just about talking. It's about sending the right message the right way and making sure it's understood for someone to understand what they are talking about. That is why communication is the key for by person. Thank you. By the way, thank you for listening. I hope the explanation help you understand for chapter 7 for the communication. Bye.